Hi, this is Kathleen from Sunny Mountain Patterns. Here is how I make technical flat drawings like these on Illustrator. You'll find out it's a lot of work, but this is the quick version. So I import some of my pattern pieces. I have some pre-done ones that I've made myself, and I have to shrink all of this so it fits on the page. Of course, I can do everything to scale and make it big and then shrink it, but sometimes it's a little hard. So I have to move over the button placket. I have to resize the sides because it's wraps around the body, so it can't be too wide. If it's too wide, it's going to look ridiculous. So here I'm going to show you how it looks together when it's too wide. It's way too wide proportionally. So I have to narrow this down because it wraps around, so when it lies flat, you wouldn't actually see all of that extra side. That would be around the body. And then I have to treat the sleeves. So for example, if I do the long sleeve, I can move this over. If you watch the full-on tutorial, that's a half hour plus in real time with no cuts. So I want to delete out the pieces that are going to overlay for the sleeve or the arm side, and then I want to tuck that in. I would not want for proportionality and for looks to line up those lines. So I'm going to angle this downwards because no one's going to have it outright straight and have everything straight. It's going to wrinkle. And then kind of shorten this up for this is proportional, and then make it a little curved because I want a barrel shape because it's a sleeve, so it should have a little bit of curvature, right? So you can see all these extra things. I need to make a arm side or a cap for the arm, for the shoulder. I can even make this lower if I wanted to. So I have to curve it, and then I've got to do the other side of the barrel. It's just a stylistic point. Some people are happy with that as is. Some people want it to show the inside, for example. So if you have lining or you have a cuff, man, it's easy to do it this way if I just had it on speed, at like 400% speed. So there's a lot of futzing around with it or playing around with it because you have to make sure that it stylistically looks like the piece you need. So if I wanted to, for example, make ruffles, I would replace the bottom with that ruffles. Now I have to treat the collar, so I have to move all of this over and then rotate it, and then I was having a little bit of difficulty getting it to rotate and listen to me, so I had to pause for a second and then have a talking to with Illustrator. But eventually I will get it. Yeah, there we go. Then I realized, I had to rotate the inside of the collar, not the outside for the necklines, because when you construct it, the necklines go together. So I actually want the collar to be proportional, as if I was sewing it. It would not go all the way over the shoulder, right? It would actually be somewhere in between. But I want to preserve as much as I can that curve. But I might have to shrink it down a little bit just to get it to fit proportionally. This is a lot of eyeballing because this is a representative drawing rather than actual completely 100% perfect drawing. So I'm deleting some of these points. I filled in the color so it colors over the collar. I don't know what I did there. I actually deleted a point where I didn't want it to. So I'm having to fiddle with it to get the points to line up where I want it to be. Now, if it's lined up like that, I'm going to show you what happens. That's the line. It goes from point to point for the fill. So I need to complete the fill by tracing the neckline and connecting the pieces to the collar. Now I can fill it. Oh, if I can just smooth that out, that'd be lovely. Sometimes it's not easy. So I'm going to fill, but I need it to be white. And then I want to line up things so it's not sticking out because we want to represent a three-dimensional thing. Here is the back portion, which I need to adjust so it's not so wide because remember I adjusted the front as well. And then I've got to move that all the way to the back and have all the fill come in and cover up the back. But I think at this point I decided to just delete the pieces, the part of the arm side for the back because I didn't want to deal with it. And then I also realized, oh, right, it's the back button top. I need to put the placket on the back, not on the front. So we have to you're gonna move the collar again and readjust the pieces. I probably could have sliced here to make my life easier, but I did not do that when I was originally recording this. You can, of course, watch the long version. It's half an hour. Goodness, somebody's got a lot more patience to watch this. So these things have to get fixed. All these points are kind of funky looking. There's a lot of zooming in and out, which if you want to know, it's Control and then scroll it up for zoom in, scroll down towards you for zoom out on your mouse. If you don't have a mouse, you're SOL. So now I've just decided to isolate and delete all of those points of the arm side for the back. I do want it to stick out though, because the back is slightly longer than the front, and I want to convey that in the flat drawing. And then I'll just move over the placket and move it all the way down to the back, because you would actually see the placket sticking out in the bottom and the top of the neckline when you have it together. Oops. And then I'm going to mirror it to get both sides. You can see it's kind of wide. Oh, I didn't move all the pieces over. Poop. So I have to combine the placket and move it so that it's above the two pieces so it blocks it. You can still see the placket. There's some finer points about this that I talk about more in the full scale one. But you can see all these stupid little points that I have to deal with because Illustrator did that when I was trying to do something else on the drawing. Anyway, so I lifted up the collar so it gives it that nice three-dimensional look, and then I combine the two pieces, which I talk about in the full length one. So now we're going to combine these two, we're going to get a back, and then I'm going to make buttons for the placket. So I have a buttonhole, I'm going to scale it, and I'm going to plop a group, and then copy and paste, plopping generally in the array I want of how many buttons I want. So I have 5, I can center and then distribute them. Again, you can see this much better in the full length I have. So that's how you make the, oh, I'm still going. I'm making top stitching by changing curved lines and then changing them to dashed. I'm also showing you how to put in gathers or indications of gathers or pleats on the sleeve, for example, and that's the flat technical drawing. This actually took a whole half hour just to do the front for one step. So I hope that's been helpful. If you need any more, again, it's Sunny Mountain Patterns. You can join my Facebook group. That's Sewing Sunny Mountain. If not, thank you.